good evening. Good evening. Oh, happy Monday. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all have had a great Monday so far. And it's been real on this side of it. It's been real over here. You can definitely tell that, well, I can definitely tell that it's time for me to have another infusion. Hey, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, hey, cousins. Again, happy Monday. I don't know why I want to say happy Tuesday, but it's Monday. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. Hello. Come on in. Oh, how are you doing today? Today is Monday, February the 2nd. Daily message for today is love is the foundation of all love. When you value yourself, you teach others how to value you too. Today, speak kindly to yourself, forgive your mistakes, and embrace the truth that you are God's masterpiece. Life rule. Loving yourself teaches others how to love you. Scripture comes from Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus. Closing prayer. Lord, remind me today that I am worthy of love, starting with myself. Amen. Feels different reading it in the afternoon versus reading it first thing in the morning. Well, I read it first thing in the morning, but sharing it with you all in the evening instead of coming on in the morning. And so far that's been a great choice to come on in the evenings, especially right now. Like I said, the mornings have been a struggle a little bit. The weather is cold, and like I said, it's getting close to my next infusion, and I can definitely tell it. On the 27th of last month, I started feeling it, with the more pain, more swelling, more stiffness. And like I said, the weather contributes to that as well. So starting back, having to sleep in a more upright position. Now, last night, definitely had to sleep sitting up. So my next infusion is on the 10th, but I have an appointment on Friday the 6th, so I'll get some relief before the 10th. Usually what they've been doing is putting me back on steroids before getting my infusion, and that gives me some relief until I get the infusion. So, hey, sweetheart, how are you doing? Hey, cousin, how are you? I hope all is well on your end, too. I think what's going on with me is a mixture of definitely the dry skin, but I think some of it is well, I know that, I have the sarcoidosis rash, and like I said, it's on this side, but I think, hey, man, hey, cousin, how are you doing? Because it's really itchy. So I'm thinking that may be the some sarcoid activity going on my skin, right? On my face too. Like I said, I can feel it. It's raised up, so I can feel it. So like I said, hopefully, once I get the treatment on the 10th, I'll feel better. And I even went back to look at some of my videos from, yes, yeah. I even went back to look at some of my videos. Well, not my videos, I'm sorry. My journal entries before my last treatment. And it was around the same time in the treatment before December's treatment. Before they increased the dose of the treatment. It started like 3 weeks. So this time I made it 2 weeks. Before my next treatment. Yeah, Milton Leroy, last night he was pretty chill. Tonight he is trying to chew on the oxygen tube. He stayed up with me most of the night last night. And y'all know that's the concentrator sound and all. He stayed up with me most of the night last night. So he's been asleep all day. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Milton Leroy's on one tonight. Definitely. I haven't even been able to wear it most of the day. Like I said, I've had to sit up just to get some sleep today. And Leah, you know how it feels when you're laboring to breathe and makes your chest just your whole, it feels like, you know, I've just been beat up all the way around from my chest, my sides, my back. I know. So that's why you can hear it really clear, because I have it close to me so that I can see him. Like I said, he's still he's still in the kitten phase. Yeah. Yeah, well, Matt, you changed your profile picture, I think. Unless I wasn't able to see it before, but I like it. I like it. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, I haven't been able to, like I said, I haven't even been able to wear it most of the day. So, you know, I haven't felt great at all. Because there's no sense in wearing it if you can't breathe. So, I did a breathing treatment a little bit earlier than I was supposed to, but I just could not get enough air in. And now I can tell that I'm getting more air in because I can feel the soreness in my chest. So yeah, tonight is just a quick check-in. Like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between. So so while I can breathe a little bit better, like I said, I'm not going to stay on long. I'm going to get off of here in a little bit and try to get some rest. So that way, if it gets worse over in the night, at least I will have had a little bit of sleep. Like I said, this weather does not make it better. So hopefully we'll get my my treatment, the dosage adjusted to where I don't feel like this when it's time for a new one. Leah, let me know if you had to, I love it, Cousin Matt, I love it. Let me know if you had to have your dosage adjusted a few times, and I get that, whenever you start a new medication, there's, a trial and error period in there, adjusting the doses to making sure that it's right for each individual person. I know they start off with a dosage that's kind of low. They never had to, oh wow. If they have to adjust it this time, this will be my second adjustment. But he did say after the first adjustment, they increased it by 100 milligrams. That it might take up to 2 to 3 treatments afterwards for me to feel the effects of the adjustment. Oh wow. No, my doctor, he adjusted it after July. I think November was my first. Yeah, November was the first bump. That's the first increase. Um, so we gave it enough time to see if it was going to be effective. If 2 to 3 months after an adjustment, or I guess after starting the treatments, is when you see some results, feel some results. In our case, and since I wasn't, that's why he went ahead and increased it, I'm sure. And because it wasn't lasting long, like 3 weeks. So the first time, like I said, the first 4 months, I was having to go like 3 weeks before my next treatment, feeling like I hadn't taken a treatment. And you know how things work when you first get it. What's that? Oh wow. And I was thinking about that earlier, Leah, how like I said, I know someone who's been taking it for over 10 years. Oh man, Tony, where have you been? I have been praying for you, looking for you. I was like, oh, maybe, something's going on. Oh, I am so relieved. I can't cry. Oh. Right. Yeah, man. I thought there was something that I didn't know. Oh, Tony. I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm glad you found me. Because I was just telling Leah that I haven't seen you. There were a few that I listed that I haven't seen. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're okay. Oh. Yeah. Matt is our he's our oxygen cousin. Tony, like I said, I've learned so much in this past month. Tony, you weren't even here to celebrate with me on the 31st. I made it. I kept my commitment to myself. I completed the challenge of 31 days. We're still celebrating though, so you didn't really miss out on much because I'm still celebrating. But Leah, I was thinking that yeah, it's used as a treatment, but it's also used as maintenance as well. Right. Yes. Yes, I do, Leah. Like some days like this, can't even tell if the treatment is, is worth it or not. And like I said, before the 27th, I could say yeah. But when when it's wearing off and when it's not effective, you can definitely feel it. And this respiratory infection that I have had since the first month, I started in July, and within a month, I had a respiratory infection. And this is it. This is what it feels like every month until we start the steroids. and the antibiotics. But like I said, this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. And poor Milton Leroy, he don't understand. I call it a wearable blanket pullover. I don't know if the correct terminology to describe what this is, but it's fleece and it feels good. It keeps me warm. Goes all the way down to the floor, and like I said, I'm tall. But it has a big pouch in the front of it. Like huge. If I'll nod off sometimes, and when I wake up, Milton Leroy has gotten in the pouch of the of this thing. When he was little, like the size of his head, I would carry him around in it. Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry. I don't know if we're going to be able to stop. That's just it. I don't feel good, Tony. I don't feel good at all. That's what I'm saying, cousin. Hey, Turtle 75. How are you doing? Good evening. Good evening. Like I said, it's used as a treatment, but it's also used as a because I can't get any. I've tried. Like I said, I'm back having to sleep sitting up because I can't breathe. Lying down. But like I said, I'm only gonna. I'm only gonna be on for a few more minutes. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to, Leah. I know it's to put us in remission, but it's also a maintenance to keep us in remission. Like I said, I spoke to someone who has been taking infusions for, I say over 10 years, but it's really probably been probably closer to 20 years. Because I met her back in, I can't remember. It's been a long time. It's been about 20 years, so not as close. And now she's taking it as maintenance. She initially started taking it like we did to shrink. Well, I did to shrink the granulomas, help with the inflammation and the pain. But now she's taking it as maintenance. Still the same schedule. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'll be able to get off of it, especially since, you know, yes, and that's what I'm doing. I started the steroids. What's today? Monday. Started the steroids on Saturday afternoon, and they have not kicked in. Usually, I can go and get a shot of steroids, but like I said, I have an appointment on Friday, so hopefully that's part of what's going to happen Friday. And that's what they do. They just start me on steroids before the treatment. And, you know, they also give me some the day of the treatment. Yeah. But with the antibiotics, I hate taking them so often, so much, because God forbid, you know, if I need them, like for pneumonia, bronchitis, I don't want to build up a tolerance to the antibiotics and they not work when I really need them to work. Not that I really don't need them to work now, because I do, but you've got to come up with something, because this cannot be, you know, the entire time that I'm taking these infusions. And I'm one of the rare cases where a respiratory infection is a complication of taking it. Even though it's common, but out of the people that I've talked to, including yourself, Leah, I'm the only one that's developed this side effect to it, that's, you know, experienced in this. So yeah, we've got to figure out something. Up my steroids, you know, my daily steroids, to keep this at bay, because I don't have to worry about it compromising my immune system. That's what the infusion does. That's what sarcoidosis does anyway. But you know, the side effects of taking steroids every day too. Everything has a catch-22. That's what I'm saying. That's gonna have to be. I was thinking, you know, and it's my fault, because like I said, I don't want to do any more than what I have to do. So I was thinking, okay, once the infusions get in my system and my body gets used to it, then that will wipe out or lessen the respiratory infection. But it hasn't. It hasn't. So, like I said, it's just a catch-22. Trying not to do too much, but in the end, not doing enough. So if we, like I said, my mind has been rolling all day about what we could do about this. Because if you notice, this didn't start back up until, like I said, it was getting closer to the time for my next infusion. Yeah, I've had some bad days in between, but this constant, yeah. So if we start doing the steroids like 3 weeks prior to my next infusion to keep this from happening, I'm okay with that too. But I've got to do something. Got to do something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But how are y'all doing? Tony, what have you been doing? How's the plantation been treating you? How's the weather where you are? And same for you too, Turtle 75. How's the weather where you are? Yes. Yes. Let's see. Even though I need it, that's the part I don't like, cousin. That you have to keep tweaking stuff until you find something that works. So it's just not a extremely cold. Oh, bless it. Same here in Alabama, like it's 9 degrees. It's not like a quick fix. Yes. So the wind has been whooping it, not zero. Bless your heart. And you're having to get out in it? Oh wow. I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I don't even want to go out to the trash bin. I had to go and get the bin this morning from the curb, and I couldn't move fast enough. I could not move fast enough. If I could have just pulled it in a little bit and took off, I would have. But you know, they'll find you for leaving it on the street if it's not in its designated spot. They've also started something here where I live. They sent around a note, they put a note on my door. Y'all know I don't go outside. I don't go outside every day. I don't go outside every other day. But they put a note on the door. Hold on there. About litter and debris in your yard. Let me see if I can find it here. Craziest thing I've ever, well, one of the craziest things I've ever read. But basically they're saying that they want the occupants to get out and walk around our unit every day to see if there is any trash in our yards. If the groundskeepers have to pick it up, the first time they'll pick it up, no problem. Second time, if they find any kind of trash, whether it belongs to the occupant or not, if they find any trash near your unit, you will be fined $20. $20. I don't litter, and I don't go outside every day, nor will I be walking around in the cold looking for trash to pick up. What is the point of having groundskeepers if you're going to fine the residents $20? But you know how, and I'm trying not to get upset about this, but I don't get it. And I know I trust that in God's perfect timing, I will, have somewhere to go, somewhere else to go. And I am thankful, that I'm not outside, that I do have shelter. But why make it so hard for people? What about the residents that are confined, that can't get up? We have plenty of them here who have, nurses. Home health comes out because they're bedbound. Or, why? Like I said, I don't understand. You have, maintenance, you have groundskeepers. Why? Why? If you're just going to put that job off on the residents. And like I said, I'm one of the youngest ones here. I'm the youngest one on my street. Most of my neighbors are on walkers, in wheelchairs, except for Mr. Herbert. So you telling me you expect for people to get out in wheelchairs, pull oxygen tanks around the unit looking for trash? Yeah. Thank you. But see, if I let Herbert pick up the trash, I'm telling you, Herbert be like, what you gonna do for me? Then he end up with the oxygen tube wrapped around his neck while I had to, deal with it. And like I said, he's sliding. He is not even picking up his feet. He is literally sliding around out here from his car to his house, from his house to his car. And the more upset you get about stuff, the harder it is to breathe, just like crying. So I try not to let it bother me. But I'm like, this has got to be a test of some sort. Because when I calm down from one thing that they do, they come and do something else. But to find, yes, the last thing, the one prior to this was me having my security doors locked and them not being able to access my unit at will. So if they come and they can't access my unit after knocking and my security door is locked, then I will get fined $20 because they can't come into my unit at will that I pay for. So, yes, I do too, Leah. I have to learn how to, if not control my emotions, because we're human, but control my reaction. How I let it affect me. Because that trash, walking around, picking up trash, and everything is a $20 fine. Somebody must be around here getting $20. Nothing. Few things that I can think of cost $20. But yeah, that one rubbed me the wrong way. Because there's no way I'm going to be out there picking up trash, doing their jobs. Are they going to pay me $20 every time I pick up trash? Because like I said, I don't litter. Anyway, we'll change the subject. What do y'all cook for dinner? Anytime I say let's change the subject, my mind automatically goes towards food. What's everybody eat for dinner? I was able to eat some lunch, and I had baked chicken and mixed vegetables. So I was able to do that. And that's going to be it for the day. Because it's hard to eat when you're having a hard time breathing, So yeah, we'll be good until tomorrow. But like I said, I just came on here. I knew this was going to be a short live. And I'm so glad I came on, because I'm so happy to see y'all, and I'm so relieved to see Tony. I'm glad that you're okay. Um, yeah. So with that, I'm gonna say, that I love y'all. And really? All right, Melvin, rice and beans. um, oh, I definitely will. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Um, I changed the times from morning to afternoon because I am, struggling a little bit more in the morning. So to try to make it a little bit easier on myself, I switched it to the afternoon, to the evening. And that works better, for me, having my doctor's appointments. Now, I still will be going live in the morning for my infusion treatments. Oh, thank you, cousin. Those purple hearts make me happy. Thank you, Tony. Thank you. You too. Thank you for not giving up on me and pounding the pavement of these YouTube streets until you found me. Thank you. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Get some rest. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. And remember, love yourself. Love yourself better than anybody else can love you, okay? That sets the tone to how others treat you by how you treat yourself. Thank you, Tony. Tony, did I tell you that my insurance is $40 cheaper? Yes, it is. Like I said, in the month of January, I learned a lot. Y'all, I learned a lot. Y'all helped me with a lot. Like I said, this is the month that I get new oxygen provider. I am so excited about that, y'all. I am so excited about that. I got paid my first low insurance payment that I paid in 38 years. Oh, yeah. So, thank y'all. We're going to keep growing together, learning together. Oh, and just loving on each other, supporting each other. And make sure y'all put on your calendars. There'll be a reminder coming up. Yes. And you see how that worked out, cousin? They increased my copay from $12 to $20. So now, with the cheaper insurance, I was like, thank you, Lord. And that's why I said, I'm not worried about how I'm going to pay for all these copays and gas and all that. And then Tony comes right along and says, hey, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. And that's why I say, we should be like the birds, like Milton Leroy. Trust God. Trust, that he's going to work it out, that he always has our best interest at heart. And that everything will work out, even if we can't see it, it all works out. Always, But yeah, I'm going to go. I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Good night. Milton Leroy said good night as well. Good night, y'all.